Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do a crochet provisional cast on. And what a provisional cast on is it's working your cast on edge in such a way that you will be able to pick up those stitches again and work in the opposite direction. So there are several different methods on how to do a provisional cast on, but I find that the crochet method is the absolute easiest way to do it. And this is really good for casting on the stitches for your underarm area in sweaters, for casting on toes that need to be Kishnered again, closed, things like that. So just anywhere where you would be picking up stitches to work in the opposite direction. So first you begin by doing a slip knot. You got your crochet hook and crochet as many chains, actually probably double the amount of chains you need for how many stitches you are going to cast on. The reason for this is that you want a long enough edge on each side to be able to have the extra yarn for when you go to pull them out. So I'm going to cast on only a couple because this is just for a demonstration. All right, and then once you've gotten to about where you want to be, you take and you simply just pull this yarn all the way through. Don't pull it too tight because you want to be able to undo that for when you want to get those stitches back on the needle. And then you have to know the basic anatomy of a crochet chain. So these right here is the crochet chain part. But if you turn it over, you have what is known as the back bar. You will be working through the back bar to create your cast on. So I'm just going to pick up one here, put my crochet hook through. I'm going to get my yarn that I will be working with for whatever project it is. And then we will be putting it on the thing and pulling it through that back bar. But we will not be pulling it all the way through because now we're going to put that loop onto our needle. And you want, oh, it's in the wrong orientation. There we go. You want, just like all your other stitches when you're knitting, you want it to be in the right orientation so when you go to knit it, it will not twist. That means the leg closest to your right hand needs to be in the front of the needle, whereas the leg that usually is in the orientation of your left hand is attached to your working yarn is on the back of the needle. And then what you do is you just continue to pick up those back stitches through the bar like so. And then if you're wily, you can just slip them down your crochet hook and onto the needle. See how they're kind of twisted, so I have to get them in the right orientation. And you just keep doing that until you have the right amount of stitches on your needle. Let me show you one more time. Let me get this up close so you can see. Hopefully there we go. You see your back bar. You put your needle through it. It's a little tight right there, so. Hold on. And my needle just fell out. Put your needle through it. You catch it and pull it through and put it onto the needle. So let me get down a little bit lower so that I don't continue to drop that needle. You find your back bar chain of your next stitch, which should be this right here. And then get your working yarn, pull it through, put it on the needle. And that will create your crochet chained provincial cast on. And the reason we do it this way is so that we can pick up those edge stitches. And to pick up those edge stitches, you take your end where you just lightly pulled the end of the yarn through a loop and unhook those chains, you see? And now you can simply just pick up the stitches as you go. Now they're all active and on your needle. One more that needs to get put on. There it is. And just pull it all the way through. And there are your stitches. And now all you would do is get another piece of yarn, whatever yarn you're working it with, and just begin to knit or purl, depending on how the orientation of your thing. If you were doing this in the round, like for an underarm, you would just continue around knitting until you are to the point that you need to stop. And then I don't know how to better explain this. Here, I'll show you a little bit. And you see, this is my cast off. This is my bind off right here, my bind off edge. This was my cast on edge, but I picked those stitches up, removed the crochet chain, and now it became an active edge so I can knit in the opposite direction. It is much stretchier than do a backward loop cast on for an underarm, and that's why I prefer it for casting on my underarm stitches. Hopefully I'll be able to make this video again and it'll be a lot clearer. I'm just trying to get this up so that those who work ahead on the sweater cowl have the information ready. Okay, thank you all for viewing. Bye.